I recently made a video talking about the 20 biggest LEGO sets by piece count, and on that video I received a comment asking about the heaviest LEGO sets ever made, and that inspired me to make today's video. So let's look at the 10 heaviest LEGO sets ever made. At the 10th spot is the UCS Razor Crest. With over 6,000 pieces, this set comes in at just under 18 pounds, 17.97 pounds to be exact. For $600, you get 4 great minifigs, and you really couldn't ask for a better model of a Razor Crest. It's minifig scale, it has a full-on interior, and in my opinion, it's a perfect display set. This set's nearly 30 inches long and around 20 inches wide due to those humongous engines, so if you pick this set up and move it around, it won't feel like a true 17.97 pounds just because of how spread out the weight is over such a large area. At the number 9 spot, weighing in at 20.05 pounds, is set 10030, the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer from 2002. A fun fact about this set is that it's the first ever LEGO set to eclipse that 3,000 piece mark. This set, in my opinion, is a true trailblazer for the future of not only LEGO Star Wars, but LEGO. This originally retailed for $270, and now it will cost you nearly $1,400. The length of the set is 37 inches long, so much like the 2019 version, you need to make sure you have ample room for this set. Keeping it consistent with the Star Wars theme here, we have set 75367, the UCS Venator. This set weighs in at 21.78 pounds, and to put it in simple terms, it's a beast. With 5,374 pieces, this set deserves all of its glory. It's right around 43 inches long, and the red detail on it makes it a flagship Venator, and it really makes this ship stand out even more. A lot of fans were hoping this would have an interior, but due to the size and scale of this model, the interior wouldn't fit in, and it would put a lot of stress on that immaculate Technic frame. Just underneath a pound heavier is the 7th heaviest set with 10179, the first ever UCS Millennium Falcon from 2007, and this weighs in at an approximate 22.52 pounds. 5,197 pieces later, this is a set every LEGO fan wants in their collection. 33 inches long, 22 inches wide, and 8 inches tall, this hunk of junk is a beauty. The 6th heaviest set belongs to none other than the UCS AT-AT Walker. Nearly 25 inches tall, this set is a mind-boggling 23.61 pounds. And funny enough, the same day I received the comment about the heaviest LEGO sets, I had to move my AT-AT Walker onto a different shelf, and I was wondering the same exact thing about how heavy is the UCS AT-AT Walker, and now we have our answer. The set retailed for $800, it ended up getting bumped up to $850, and now this set recently retired, and it cost over $1,000. And one of the biggest selling points to this is not only is it such an iconic vehicle, the interior. It has a full-fledged interior. It's not exactly minifig scale, but it is a huge interior that you can fit a ton of snowtroopers. Set 10276, the Coliseum, officially breaks up the train of Star Wars sets. With a whopping 9,036 pieces, this set weighs in at 23.76 pounds. A set that many call repetitive and not the most exciting build, but it's very satisfying once completed. It's 21 inches wide, 24 inches deep, and 11 inches high. A set that once retailed for $550 now goes for just over $1,000. The Eiffel Tower is at the 4th spot, and a set that stands nearly 4 feet tall with a base that's just about 2 feet by 2 feet. This includes 10,001 pieces, and it is super heavy at 25.75 pounds. This is definitely not the easiest set to display or move around. As something that takes this long to put together, you don't want to drop this. The Eiffel Tower does have the 2nd most pieces ever in a LEGO set, right next to the world map, but I consider this, as well as I'm sure many other people consider this, to be way more impressive than the 11,000 piece world map, due to the fact that that has all 1x1 studs, and this is a bunch of different pieces and building elements. Our first repeat ship of the video is 75252, the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer from 2019. Weighing in at 27.51 pounds, this set has nearly 5,000 pieces, and it is a monster. Compared to the 37-inch length in the 2002 Star Destroyer, this set has a ton of upgrades to make it not only sturdier, but longer at 43 inches. It's also 26 inches wide, so once again, you need to have ample room to display this set. Overall, comparing the 2002 model to the 2019 model, it's a huge upgrade. LEGO did a great job with the stability of the set, and I am a really big fan of the built-in handle to help move around the set. And I hope in the future we can get another UCS Star Destroyer and see what improvements they can make. And while fans might be disappointed that the Venator and both Star Destroyers don't have interiors, I don't think that's necessarily a bad decision. But what I wouldn't mind to see is if LEGO decides to make another UCS Star Destroyer, maybe they can do something like what the Millennium Falcon did and have some smaller interior rooms, or maybe they could have a smaller interior built into the bridge of the Star Destroyer. Now, I don't think that these sets need the interiors, and I don't think they would complement these sets as well as the interiors complement other UCS sets like the Jabba Sail Barge and AT-AT Walker, but I don't think it would hurt for LEGO to try and do something maybe in a smaller scale. But at the same time, if LEGO were to make another UCS Star Destroyer and have an interior in the bridge, that still might alter the size of the rest of the set to make it all proportional with one another, and let's just say they do make another UCS Venator at some point and they include smaller rooms inside, they still may need to change up the proportions. So yes, while we would all love to have these interiors on these UCS sets, it just might not be in the cards for every single model. At the number 2 spot and right below 29 pounds with a weight of 28.99 pounds is the UCS Millennium Falcon. This set is 33 inches long, 23 inches wide, and 8 inches tall. This set came out in 2017 and it is still on shelves, so it's approaching a 10-year shelf life, and I'm pretty sure the UCS Falcon holds the record for the longest ever shelf life for a LEGO set, and I don't think this record will ever be broken. It is 7,541 pieces, a beautiful minifig selection, and quite honestly, there might be some bias behind this, but I don't think this set ever needs to retire. I think it is a perfect model, and it's the greatest LEGO set to ever exist. And the heaviest LEGO set to ever exist is set 10294, the Titanic. Weighing in at a crazy 30.86 pounds, this set is nearly 5 feet long, and it is just an absolute beast of a LEGO set. This is easily the longest LEGO set ever made, and it includes 9,090 pieces. This set is insanely heavy and insanely long, and LEGO did some thinking about that, and you build this set in sections and you can break it apart in sections, so when you want to display this set after you build it, you can move it in its different sections. I can't even imagine moving this set around if it's not in the different sections, because I don't know where you'd grab it from, and I'd be afraid I'd be knocking it into a wall, a door, or even another LEGO set around me. These are some pretty heavy LEGO sets. Let me know what you think about this list. Were there any sets that you thought were going to be on this list that weren't on this list? And do you own any of these LEGO sets? I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with the UCS Death Star. I predict that that will end up being in the top 5 for heaviest LEGO sets, but we are going to have to wait and see. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more LEGO content, and I'll see you in the next one.